Today, everybody, we are speaking about our Department of Tourism. We're speaking about our Minister of Tourism, Lindiwe Sisulu, and the alleged 1 billion rand proposal to fund an English club called Tottenham Hotspur. If you don't already know, then this is basically what's happening. Apparently, the Department of Tourism has sent out, or is planning rather, to send out a proposal to an English club called Tottenham Hotspur in order for the club to promote tourism in South Africa. And these news broke out, I think it was 2 days ago or a day ago. Basically, they're planning to spend 1 billion rands, an entire billion rands, to basically get this club to influence for them, or to try to attract more tourists to come into South Africa, so we can increase our levels of tourism in South Africa. And obviously, when the news initially broke out, South Africans were saying, no freaking ways is our government or our Ministry of Tourism serious about wanting to spend 1 billion rands on tourism and attracting tourists to South Africa, and on this English club that I don't really think is doing too well in any league, actually. I mean, they're a popular club, but come on. So no ways is our government serious about spending 1 billion rands to promote tourism to South Africa, when basically as a nation we have got bigger fish to fry, right? And by bigger fish to fry, I mean we've got like an entire electricity crisis. We're getting load shedded left, right, and center, honey. We are basically quite literally living in the dark ages in South Africa. We all know that our public health care system is not doing too well. Our public schools are in shambles. We have lots of unemployed youth. We've just got like an entire collection of these problems that we have as a third world country that we should be dealing with, and actually expending 1 billion rands to solve these problems, rather than paying money to a club that belongs to a first world country for them to drive tourism to South Africa. It's like the classic example of not knowing or not being able to get your priorities in check. Like, priorities, people, priorities. We literally have bigger fish to fry. We've got so many things that we need to focus on, as I've just briefly stated. We all know that, our nation is basically in shambles. We are literally going through a crisis. It's crisis after crisis after crisis. Sipila is movie in South Africa. And, allegedly, everything that I'm saying and have said is alleged. Our Department of Tourism is wanting to spend this amount of money, on getting a football club to influence for us. And I think basically, I think I've already stated my opinion. I think it's absolutely shocking. I think that there are other things that we need to focus on right now. We need to focus on crime rates. We need to focus on unemployment in the youth. We need to focus on freaking electricity. How are these tourists going to come visit South Africa and come to a land where there's no electricity? Come to think of it, I was chilling at a restaurant a couple of days ago. I'm just going to diverge quickly. And there were some American tourists that were sitting at the table next to me, and they were just going on about the energy or electricity crisis in South Africa, and they were trying to figure out what stage 5, what stage 6. So in essence, is our government really serious about proposing to spend 1 billion rands on attracting tourists to come to a land that has no electricity and is in the dark 60% of the time? Like, are we serious about that? I don't think we're being serious about that. But anyways, Lindiwe Sisulu, who is our Minister of Tourism, has released a statement. Basically, in this statement, she's saying that the proposal has come from the board of South African tourism, something along those lines, and that this board is basically independent from the actual Department of Tourism, or independent from her. So she says that in essence, she had no cooking clue about this proposal to spend 1 billion rands on this club to promote South Africa. And I think that that's a problem in itself. The fact that there's a proposal that you're saying was set in motion long before you took over as the Minister of Tourism. And as the Minister of Tourism, you have no idea about a plan to spend 1 billion rand. We're not speaking about 100 rands where you're like, there was a proposal to spend 100 rand on something, but, I don't know what's happening with that. It's 1 billion rands. How do you not know about an alleged proposal to spend 1 billion rand on an English club to promote tourism to South Africa? How does that make sense? Like, it literally doesn't make sense to me, as I've said. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I never want to make my videos this long. I feel like 5 minutes is overkill. But tell me what you think in the comments section, my darlings, and I'll see you in my next upload. Goodbye, lovely.